Okay, hello and welcome. This is Teresa, and I'm going to do a couple things today. So I want to start with, I like to tell folks what the day is. It's Wednesday, January 3rd. And so I do hope that you'll enjoy this video. But I want to remind you to also take a look at the shorts and playlists that I have. You might find some interesting stuff there as well. And then I'm trying to remember to tell folks that I am doing the Amazon affiliate links. And those will be in the description, and I do switch them up as I'm able. And also, if you need me to help you find any of the products that I'm using, I would be happy to do that. So today's video is going to have two focuses. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this week to week, if I'm just going to do it like I'm doing it today or I'll switch it up. But the focus for today is the Margaret Miller challenge. And so this is going to be week 1 for 2024. And so I got these cute little brass rings to hold these together. They just came in the mail today. I got another Amazon shipment. So I'm going to try not to do that. I'm actually going to not talk a lot again. Whoops, I want that off of there. Off. Thank you. So that I don't start coughing or having to clear my throat. In fact, why don't we just hit a cough drop real quick. If I have any. I don't have any. That's all right. There's some over here. Oh, lots of crinkly noise. I had someone complain about that once because she uses her earbuds. So, disclaimer. There can and will be crinkly noise in my videos. That's how it is. That's how I roll. Alright, we'll just get this cough drop and then I'll shut up and we'll get to crafting. Okay, I don't know if you can read this. So, something associated with water, a portion of a poem or song you enjoy. Haven't figured out that one yet. Pattern paper, something that's usually kept cold, a light shade of blue, and the bonus item is an unusual symbol or shape. Now, one of my Amazon hauls was this Circ binder. I used to love Circ binder. I used to have tons of them. So I bought this smaller size one because I thought it would really come in handy, and so far it is. I really like these, and I also really like these. I can't say the name of these. It starts with an L. Right there. That's the name. Luchum. And I think it's German. And my ancestry is German, but only German I know is from Hogan's Heroes. Ta-da! My very first gel print, real gel print. I bought a real gel plate. Probably not the same brand as everybody else uses, but it's a real gel plate. Now, if I would have done this light blue, that would have been really cool. Move. See what we have for pattern paper over here. Christmas pattern paper. Nope. Nope, that's not pattern paper. This is pattern paper, but it's already... Ooh. This is a pocket. Still, that would be good for writing on. I think we're going to use that for pattern paper. You could use that. Maybe. A piece of this. Maybe both. We're pondering on it. Okay. Something that's usually kept cold. For that, I have this penguin. A light shade of blue. I could use that bird. An unusual symbol or shape. This book has some I was going to use this. So, let's go with something else for a light shade of blue, because I don't want to take everything from here. A light shade of blue. Think. Ooh, ooh. I'm thinking of, no, I kind of go with pattern paper too. I'm thinking of Italian paper. What is that called? But then I keep changing my mind as I think about this. Ooh, I got an idea. One of my strips, one of my sewn strips. I bet you I have something in here sewn on that is light blue. Yep, right there, cabbage paper. Yes, that's the ticket. So the chickens are all in bed, so it's relatively quiet here right now. Hallelujah. They've been very noisy lately. This one, I finally had to take the squirt gun after him because he was annoying me. Something fierce. You know, I look at this and think, oh no, that's pocket. I don't want to use that. But every time I run across this and think, oh, that's cool. And then I think, oh no, I don't want to use that. And I'm like, okay, at some point, you've got to use it. Jiminy Crickets can't save everything. Okay, that's upside down though. Wait. Yes, that was upside down. So this, yes, it can just go like that. There's no roll. Yeah, I don't care that it's upside down. Okay, it's tissue time. Be right back. I do wish this was just a little bit longer. Wait. This is kind of going to be light blue too. Oops, I like it this way. And we'll finish putting this pattern piece on. Not going to use that one. Let's see, where are we at? Gotta find my pencil. Okay, we did pattern paper. Something that's usually kept cold is my penguin. Oh boy, he's tearing all over the place. Okay, got it. So he's going to go right. feel like I need to put the rest of my stuff down first. So this is going to go here. Yeah, I'll trim that so that goes in there. Perfect. Okay, and then this is going to go here. So that's something that's usually kept cold. And there was a fish in here. Actually, I want to do this shape. I want to do this. I should have put him on top of this. Dang. I just knew I wasn't ready to put that penguin down yet. Yes, I like that. Okay, now we have an unusual shape, a light shade of blue, something associated with water, and something usually kept cold is the penguin. And then we have to do a portion of a poem or song you enjoy. I was thinking of the Footprints poem. That's a long poem. So just take a portion. Where is that? Footprints. Let's see. Footprints in the sand, I think. No, that's just a picture. Okay. That's not working for me. I'm running into, there it is, Footprints poem. I'm running into this raffia that I bought from Amazon. It came in the mail today. This is too much for me. I need help. So if this is something that you'd like to have a little bit of, wouldn't it be fun, instead of having to store all this stuff, if we just had like a, what do they call that? Oh man, not an exchange. Oh, it's just on the verge of my memory. But anyways, just, you know, a place where we could go, hey, anybody got any extra raffia? Anybody got any? And then, you know, if you're able to think it out far enough, then you can put in your request and somebody will say, oh yeah, I've got some. Send me a self-addressed stamped envelope. Because it shouldn't cost the person who's sharing their stuff that they've already paid the money for anything to mail it out to somebody who wants it. That's just my opinion. There are many times when I have mailed things out for free. So it's not like I never do that. But like say somebody wanted to say, hey, does anybody have a hidden paper clip with butterflies by any chance? Because that would go really good with the theme of my next journal. And then I would say, yeah, I've got one. Send me a self-addressed stamped envelope and I will pop that in the mail to you. So how fun would something like that be? Okay, Footprints in the sand. Oh man, I can't read it. Let's see if we can make this bigger. Okay, one night I had a dream. I was walking along the beach with my Lord. Across the dark sky flashed maybe just the last part of it. I just wish I could get it. What are the words? Maybe this will be big enough. Lord, you said once I decided to follow you, you'd walk with me all the way. But I noticed that during the saddest and most troublesome times of my life, there was only one set of footprints. I don't understand why. When I needed you the most, you would leave me. Well, that's not the most fun part of the poem, but for the sake of time, I'm going to go ahead and use that part. Because I feel like when I do this, it's to get it done, to have the experience, because once we have that first experience, a lot of times, I don't know how that got all sticky, it will just steamroll from there. So where's my favorite pen? Right here. This is my favorite pen that my husband bought me for Christmas one year. Okay, let's see if this will all fit. Lord, you said once I decided to follow you, you'd walk with me all the way. Mine's green. But I noticed, this is the profound part though, that during the saddest, pockets getting in the way, and most troublesome, times of my life, there was only one set of footprints. Okay, I'm going to stop it right there, and then this is the poem. Who wrote that? Margaret Fishback Powers. Margaret Fishback. She's got a long name. It's not going to all fit. Oh well, the S is not showing up well, but it is what it is. And so that is a portion of a poem, and I have always loved this poem. So now that's done. So now we're going to go ahead and tear this down a little bit so that it'll fit nicely in that pocket. And let's give it an ink. And then we'll give it a tuck right in this pocket. And ta-da! Week 1 is done and completed. And for now, I am keeping these in the second tab of this binder. This one I did last night because there was a challenge for her week 34 of 2023 in the Haystack something or other group, and so I did that for that one. And so then this one is going to go right here. It's not behaving because I brought that paper over so far. Behave. Okay, we're done. That's that. Now, move that over there. And let's finish the Junk Journal January. Now I have to show you my new closure that I put together last night. The idea came to me to do, okay, first I came up with this piece of lace, but it was too small. So then I came up with the idea to do a little extension on it. And the thought came to me that that reminded me of watching Victorian shows with men who went out for the evening in their black tie and suits, and they would wear a cumberland. And usually at weddings, you know, when men have a nice suit, they usually go full out and they have the cumberland. I think I'm saying that correctly. But yeah, that's what this reminded me of, was a man's cumberland for a very nice evening suit. So that is my journal closure, and what's nice about that is as my journal grows, if it gets fat, I can just cut this elastic off. This is just elastic that I put some gold ink on to try and go nicely with my lace fabric. But anyways, I can cut that off and I can put a bigger piece, or maybe untie it and tie it less tight. It's about time to go back to not talking. I had to think where I had them. This is day 3. Where is day 3? There it is. Right there. Throwback. Okay. So here's going to be Throwback. Hope everybody's doing well and have recovered from the holidays. Throwback. Oh, okay. First thing, I have a definition. Throwback, a person or thing having the characteristics of a former time Okay, perfect word for junk journaling. So down here we're going to put the definition. Let's do it right here. A person. Okay, so that's the definition. And then I'm going to put my throwback is junk journaling. Okay, this is one of the reasons why I love Junk Journal January, Junk Journal July so much, because it really is a good fit for me to do, how do I want to say this? It inspires me to write in my journal. So it's a good way for me to get to writing in my journal. It's got too much glue on it. Bowed out. There we go. Now, let's grab some throwback images. I don't think I'm going to fight that. This, move the keyboard out of the way, stay. And we need some glue. Move this stuff out of the way. And we'll get into my large ephemera book. And we've got some great, wonderful old images in here, like this typewriter. This is exactly what I was going for. We only need one. And here's a fun image. This is a sticker. Oh, bummer. That's okay. Do that like that. And then we'll put a little glue on here. I like that one better. So many fun things. So did anybody make any New Year's resolutions? We need a little label right there. Just want something very, very small right there. I like that. I love my large ephemera. It's got some quirks to it, like video that Rachel with Roxy Creations did recently was talking about. She did a ephemera book. I think it was her. Anyways, she said you could put eyelets in it, but I am sorry that I put eyelets in this because they're not working. So fortunately, I only put eyelets on the first page because it's this old paper and I was afraid it was going to tear. What I should do is take it out, take these eyelets, and then just use, not here, I just saw it. These. In fact, I keep thinking about this and I just need to do it. Okay. But if I do it on screen, it'll be okay. I've got enough room. This is not a binder, Teresa. These are these clips that you have to pull on. They're a little challenging. So take the eyelets out and then put these on to reinforce this paper. Just a little station identification break to do this, folks. Then we'll get back to our regularly scheduled message. Our regularly scheduled video. I know I shouldn't do silly because I don't do silly very good. I'm a very serious type person, actually, and an introvert. I was telling one of my clients today that we had a blast at SeaWorld and how I usually am a very serious person And like if I'm watching a comedy show or on TV or like in real life, I don't usually laugh because I don't usually think they're funny. My husband busts a gut, but I'm sitting there going, okay, when's the comedy gonna start? And it takes a lot to make me laugh. And of course my husband makes me laugh because he's cute. So, but the SeaWorld shows, the last one we went to, it was with sea lions, and it was just so funny. I busted a gut. They did a great job. Ow, pinch myself. Okay, I think that will preserve my large ephemera journal page better now. I feel accomplished by doing that. Oh, thing's kind of heavy. Okay. Ooh, is that upside down? My golly, it is. Phew, that was close. Can't have things upside down. We can do crooked. I don't mind doing crooked. Oops, get out of there. This is the Tracy Fox label. This is from a kit. I think it might be one of Amanda's kits from Scrimping Mommy. Great with Scrimping Mommy. Might be. I know this is. I know this is. I think that is. This is from probably Temu. I did an order from Temu. I couldn't resist. But then I read some more stuff about them, and I won't anymore. I am able to resist now. I read an article about their app. You know, it's not just Temu. It's so many places out there that are trying to, and you know, people say, well, it's the people who act as like vendors for Temu that are the problem. But it's like, you know, not all bars are seedy. And you may go to a nice bar, a nice pub, something like that, but many of us won't go to a seedy bar because of the element of people that hang out there. So that's why I don't want to go to Temu, because I've heard so many bad things, and I've heard recently bad things about the app. The app is created by Temu, so I'm not listening to that. Well, it's the vendors that are the problem. Nah. I wasn't born yesterday. Did I mention that my channel is real and you may hear my opinion on occasion? Doesn't mean you have to listen to me. Doesn't mean you have to agree with me. I agree with myself. That's all that matters. There we go. Okay, I like that. So we have, yep, we have that. That's good. We have them done. This is Throwback. This is quote, and I think it looks really good. This actually looks like a 2-page spread, but it's not. So that is just lovely, and I love it. So this is a nice, I'm very happy with this accordion journal that I did, because I used some fun scraps. I just pulled out my scrap bag here, and I started making an accordion journal, and it was so fun, so very fun. Did I say it was fun? And so we've got vintage here, vintage here. We've got Stampin' Up designer series papers here, which I always love these because I always felt like they were junk journal-y vintage look. Cabbage paper here, cabbage dyed paper, which I love. And then this is just some vintage replica type paper from Amazon. So here we have some more digitals. I think those are from Amanda. I think that's from Amanda. I think this one is from the blues paper from, it's either Amanda's kit or Rachel's kit. This is Amazon paper. Amazon paper. This is Amanda. I think that's Amanda. Yeah, I think a lot of this is Amanda. I'm not sure. I love this paper. I think this is maybe Rach and Bella. I might be wrong. Amanda. I think Amanda. This is from Amanda's background papers, yellow. This is from my architecture book. Washi tape. This is from Amanda, vintage ledger paper. This is from one of my vintage pattern. This is just some linen paper from Stampin' Up, my architecture paper. And I think this is something that Amanda did. It's like a freebie, and I just had it cut out in my scraps, and I used it. This is DSP from Stampin' Up. This is some cool washi tape from Washi Tape Company. And pattern paper, architecture. It's from one of Amanda's digitals. Ooh, that looks like plain white paper there. Huh. Interesting. I'll be covering it up. I'm not going to let it bother me. This is from Tim Holtz scrapbook pad. This is Amanda. Not sure. Stampin' Up, Amazon. I have no idea what that is. Cabbage dyed paper. Encyclopedia or dictionary page. Amanda. My own tea dyed paper. And Amanda. Yeah. So I used a lot of the digital scraps that I had from Amanda with Create with Scrimping Mommy. So, yep, I've gotten a lot of pleasure out of her digitals. I've gotten a lot of pleasure out of Rachel's digitals, Tracy's with Tracy Fox Creative. Who are some of my other? Medieval Mirage is some of my favorites. Who else? Those are my favorites. There may be somebody I'm not thinking of. I mean, I use others, but not as much. Now, I bought a bird one from the Paper Outpost, and I just love it. I love the robin image. oh, 49 Dragonflies. I've been buying some of her journals because I'm really into journal making right now. So, journal making. Okay, like journal planner making. So, like this. This is my daily. So, it was an ephemera notebook, and I'm turning it into a daily. So it's got a pocket in the front. I'm using a bit of the scan card system. I've got some digitals from a planner that I bought last year. More scan card. It's still in development, so don't be judgmental. It's kind of a hot mess. This is my correspondence page. So I've got some labels, pre-made labels, and some envelopes and some cards. And this is like a task list. This was supposed to be something else, and I just used it to journal a Bible verse. Isn't this fun how I use this piece of the page from my architecture book, and I used it to hinge? I love it. I love it when I do things like that, because that's not what I usually do. That means I'm learning and I'm absorbing. So yeah, it's still in process. So these pages I haven't really developed yet, but then I've got these tabs. So this has got week 1, week 2, with some scan cards. So my thought was to have pockets for scan cards and a big pocket for something else, like a weekly plan sheet. Week 2, week 3, week 4, and then some of them have like more than 2 pages between, you know, week 1 and 2, whatever. Week 5, this is week 5, but it's not labeled yet. Yeah. I used to, when the kids were little and I was homeschooling, I used to have this big sheet that was like a scan card system. So it was like as big as an 8.5 by 11 loose leaf binder sheet, notebook paper with the 3 holes, because it was supposed to be in a binder, and it had like probably 4 rows and then 4 rows across. So each row would have like 4 squares, and you would have these squares of index cards like this that you would put in there, and then you would write, like, you might use this square for grocery list, and you might use this square for menu planning, and you might use this square for task lists. And then, you know, some of them might be recurring and you could just leave it as it is, but then some of them you might check it off, check it off, check it off, and when it's all checked off, you just throw that away and grab another clean piece of index card. I loved it. It did such a good job of keeping me organized with, you know, keeping a house and having 6 kids and homeschooling. And it was one of my most favorite organizational tools. So I'm kind of trying to pull different ideas into this one system, but I'm being distracted by digital because I love digital planners too. So we're going to see what 2024 brings to me, but ideally the whole reason this whole thing started was because I was getting into doing, let me think how I say this, Christmas Advent journals for my grandkids. And so as I was doing it, first I had to research, you know, for the stuff to put it in. That wasn't good English. For the stuff to put in it. And then I had to come up with ideas for things that would go on the pages as a gift or prize, you know, that were flat and wouldn't make the this real bulky. So anyways, I've got all kinds of ideas for next year. I want it to be thought-provoking. So I want to have more ideas for those kids that can read and write, and more ideas for those kids who can't, you know, that you just give them a coloring page or something. But I've really come up with more ideas, and I'm really looking forward to doing Christmas Advent journals next year. So thanks for listening to my rant. That wasn't a rant. I wasn't angry or anything. My discourse, or if I were English, I guess I would call it a waffle. So thanks anyways. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that I was able to do something that would inspire you, and I hope you'll join me in the next video. And please remember to like and share and subscribe if you're